Hello and welcome to me, Healer K, to your July 2020 Astro Tarot energy reading. And as last month, it will be the same, that there will be two parts. The first part is the general about the astrological horoscope energies for July. And then in the second part, I will go into each zodiac house and each sign, rising sign, to see what's will happening just for you. So, okay, let's start. And I has put out the 12 zodiac signs here: the Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. And beneath every card I put the planets that are in each sign, and also the lunar eclipse and the new moon, and also where we have the North Node and the South Node. And the changes we can see from June is that now has Aries ruler Mars did enter Aries at the 28th of June, and now Mars will stay here in Aries for almost 6 months. Usually it stays 6 weeks in each sign, but it will go, now it goes direct, and later on it will go retrograde, and then again go direct. So in January next year, Mars will proceed to Taurus. And what's more new here is that here in Capricorn we will have Jupiter and Pluto come together. So in a conjunction, so it will be Jupiter that stands for abundance and Pluto for transformation. So when they come together, they can create great wealth and opportunities, create resources. And what more? Yeah. And then on the 2nd of July, Saturn retrogrades into the Capricorn to finish off what the triad started there in the eclipse in January. And it will stay there until mid of December, before it will continue over into Aquarius finally. Okay, and the 5th of July we will have a lunar eclipse, a quite small minor lunar eclipse in Capricorn. But the energy of a lunar eclipse is where we need to make changes, and this card states that Capricorn, moon in Capricorn is about accomplishment, and that's the energy we've been seeing here for the last 5-6 months, that there are a lot of change going on with the COVID triad of Saturn, Jupiter and Pluto here. So Saturn returning into here, and the lunar eclipse to take place here at the 5th of July. So more energies will come here in play. But since this is quite slow planets, this will unfold during the upcoming 6 months. Okay, and the 13th of July we have Mercury here in Cancer, Mercury is about mind, communication, and ruler of both Virgo and Gemini. We will start to go direct at the 13th of July. So now could be a good time to make agreements, sign deals, go into new work relations or private relations, because now you will be able to see more clear on things. The 20th, we will have a new moon in Cancer, and a moon in Cancer that's about belonging. So this will be a cozy feeling of getting closer to people around you and in your home. Okay, that's the activities that take place here during the month, and let's revise what's actions we have in each sign. So in Aries we will have the Mars energy, so we will be more active this month than previous. And Uranus continue to stay in Taurus, and the Gemini energy will be transferred and combined with Venus that started to go direct here. And Gemini and Venus now helps us to actually see our life path, digging, finding, looking, how will my path be, and what possibilities can what advantages do I have, what resources do I have, what talents do I have that I can actually use here. And for many out there, you will see that you will find new careers that you actually will start off doing, that shows up from absolutely nothing, that it's totally different from what you've been doing before. Because, and here is the help you have for that. Since it's in Gemini, now shifts can go from one thing to the other. The polarity, the duality of Gemini goes swift. So swift changes. And in Cancer, we have some activity here, and not forget that we have the Sun, the spirit energy, combined in this Cancer energy about being emotional, sensitive, caring, loving, and focusing on family and your relatives, your life partners. And the 23rd, the Sun will move from Cancer into Leo, so that will also activate an energy from coziness to more flamboyant, dramatic, proud and passionate energy that will focus on the importance of self-belief. And then we have Virgo, that's not activated any specific, same with Libra and Scorpio this month. And Sagittarius had a lot of activity last month with the solar eclipse and the lunar eclipse, and that's now moved into and take place in Capricorn this month. So here we have a little more activity in the Capricorn. Aquarius, it was more energy in the last month, has no planets, And in June, in Pisces, Neptune started to go retrograde. So we have a lot of retrograde energy this month, both Mercury and Saturn, Jupiter, Pluto, and Neptune is going retrograde. So that's why I, to sum up, put that retrograde will still be the major energy here, but the shift from July is that we will be more in more home cozy and more energy active with activation of Aries and Leo. So I also notice here that we have air is not so activated this month. So we see more of the Capricorn earth energy, some of the Cancer Pisces water energy, and lot of activation of fire energy. So if June felt slow, there will be more traction in more things get done in July. Okay, so this is the energies for July 2020, and now we will continue with your sign, zodiac sign reading, and what will happen in your 12 houses. Hello Sagittarius, and welcome to your July 2020 energy astro tarot reading. I already put out the house cards here, starting from house number 1, where we can put your Sagittarius ascendant card. So the first house start in your rising sign, Sagittarius, and then the houses continue to travel around here and finalizing with the 12th house in Scorpio. And I did take out your beautiful card here to join me in the reading here. I also put out 12 tarot cards here. So I've been sitting here for a while and taking in their energy and contemplating about what story is here to be told. So I see it's a lot of cups here, so there are a lot of water energy, so there are a lot of emotions going on in your life. And also some wands here, and some swords. So, and not so much earth energy. We have the 7 of Pentacles here and the Hermit. So there are not so much grounded energy here. It's more emotions and fire and swift air energy here. So let's get started here with the first house, yourself. And here we have the 7 of Wands. So you are in some way under pressure. You are defending yourself. You have the sense of challenge, and other people around you can view that. So you think this currents in life right now is a challenge for you. And in your second house here in Capricorn, where the second house is about finance and assets, possessions, you have all these transforming planets here now. Saturn with truth, and Jupiter with abundance, and Pluto with transformation, and we have this lunar eclipse early in July creating change here. So in your second house there are great of dynamics, And you are sensing the loss of stability here. And in the third house, the house of how you perceive what's going on, your speech, your thoughts, how you express yourself on social media and dating. There we have the Hermit. So you are kind of feeling isolated in your thoughts because you're struggling to perceive what's going on here. And the fourth house, the roots, the home and family, your private life. Here we have the Death card, Scorpio energy. So there are some closings here, an end of a cycle, a new beginning taking place here. So currently you are in the emotion of closing, grieving, giving up, accepting that changes are taking place here. In the fifth house, the house of passion, we have in Aries, your fifth house. So here we have the Seven of Pentacles, and the passion house. It's about creativity, love affairs, sex, children, romance, having fun. The fun house. You are not in line with these emotions. You are a little bit. You are disconnected. You're not in the mood to having fun right now. So you think when you get invited to it or think about it, it just brings stress to you. You are not there to connect with fun and passion. Your minds are somewhere else. In the sixth house, everyday work, everyday routines, your health. Here we have the King of Cups. So you are somewhere connecting strongly with this house now, because stability, everyday routines gives you the sense of security, and you can trust in what happened here with your everyday routines. They give you a sense of security, a sense of control. So you hang on with this. So this is your powerhouse that gives you the structure in your life. And in the seventh house here, where it's in Gemini, where you have Venus is passing through, and the North Node about finding your life's purpose. We have here the Four of Cups depicted here with the serpent. So you are shredding skin like a snake here. Something new is taking place here. And relating is about the seventh house. Significant people like spouse, romantic relationships that are more serious, or business partners, or your boss at work. Important people in your life. And the Four of Cups is that something has happened here. Some trust has been broken. So you are in the sense of feeling unfulfilled and disconnected. So there are some emotions taking on here, but they are slow and from a sad perspective. You're a little on a stacked energy here. And in the eighth house of intimacy, investments, other people, monies, and this could also be obsessions. And here we have the Two of Swords. So you are in a kind of crossroad here. You need to balancing two forces. And this is on the other axis of the second house, assets and finance and income, where you have this sense of loss and regret. So there are some dynamic taking place here with resources and other people, money, and investments. It's the sense of instability. And the Two of Swords here, the crossroad, is about, depicted here with the lupus, the wolf. So and it's a Uranus energy. So you will have to take a creative decision. You are going to take a creative decision, but it's not easy, because it's Cancer energy here, because you have your 8th house in Cancer, and Mercury are until the 12th of July going retrograde. So it's difficult to get clarity, and it is difficult to get traction here on taking decisions. But you will find one when you are ready for it. And the Sun is passing by to the 9th house, where you have foreign travel, the travel house, the 9th house. And here we have the Chariot energy. So you are supported with the Sun in Leo here to take some action here. Difficult to see if it's actual traveling, foreign countries, or long distance traveling, or if you will make a long distance travel within you, an inner journey to seek some answers, to find out some truth, because we are in a truth seeking currents right now. And in the 10th house, the house of career, we have the Princess of Swords, and that's and the career house is also an axis on the roots and family, where we have the Death card, and here we have the Winter energy. So there are some here, since you've been hit by some gossip, some fake information about you and who you are, and people are not looking clearly at who you are. And here we have the Virgo energy. So it's could be difficult to defend yourself from untruths. So you are hit right now with being viewed on as, you are hit from the back with gossip. People are not seeing you who you are, and that's why you have this struggle in the 1st house, that you need to self-defend yourself. In the 11th house, the edge, more of the area of connecting with community, your tribe, and connecting with higher powers. And here you have the energy of 8 of Wands. So there are some speed, some action, some quick changes taking place here, some movements. So maybe you are trying to connect with new groups of people and finding a new path where you fit in better. In the 12th house, the house of surrender, or the house where you can retreat and escape, it's the Pisces energy. So here you can hide and connect with the unconscious. And here you have the 9 of Cups. So whatever happening in your life right now, you're supported with the cosmos, with the divine, connecting with the energy of the 12th house to surrender to the dynamics that take place in the outward world, and what's then also gets transferred in your private life and in your life that you need to take care of, because you're a truth-seeking person. So this what's happening right now, that squeeze out the lies and the fake and showing the truth, that's aligned with your energy. So you like what's happening right now. So there are great dynamics here and lots of challenges taking place right now, with this retrograde dynamics and eclipses that taking place here too in June. That's our energies that's brought forward into July, and that's added with new eclipses here in Capricorn. And that's dynamics will be stay in place until later on in December. So I will stop here, and if you want to know what the extended reading keeps on, you can become a Patreon, and I will add free cards extra on each house here to clarify what each card brings for information and what energy there's in. So the extended reading will be found on Patreon, so please become a patron and see your extended reading there. But I will keep the camera on, so I will put on the cards on each house. You can see what cards that shows up. And otherwise, see you in August reading, Sagittarius. So please, what information should Sagittarius know about for July? What clarification can be made on each house here? So in the first house, the Seven of Wands will be clarified with the Seven of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Temperance. And the second house, Five of Cups, is clarified with Four of Cups, the Devil, and the King of Pentacles. The third house, with the Hermit card, will be clarified with the Emperor, the Two of Pentacles, and Two of Wands. And the fourth house, the Death card, clarified with Nine of Swords, Five of Pentacles, and the Fool. Exciting energies here in your fourth house. The fifth house of Passion, the Seven of Pentacles, clarified with Death, Knight of Pentacles, and Eight of Cups. And the sixth house card, King of Cups, clarified with Queen of Swords, Six of Swords, and the Star. Seventh house card, Four of Cups, clarified with Seven of Cups, the Magician, and the Eight of Pentacles. And the eighth house card, Two of Swords, clarified with Queen of Cups, Page of Wands, and Five of Cups. So Five of Cups comebacks. And ninth house, the Chariot, Ace of Wands, Ten of Cups, and Ace of Swords. So there will be much news here 10th house, Princess of Swords, Wheel of Fortune, the Hangman in reverse, but we will move it like this, and the Queen of Wands. The 11th house, 8 of Wands, clarified with 6 of Cups, 7 of Wands, and 3 of Cups. And 12th house, 9 of Cups, 10 of Swords, 10 of Pentacles. This wanted to jump out when I started to shuffle here. Now it came. And the Sun. Great cards. And could be a real great reading this, because this is a lot of clarifying. So, bye-bye Sagittarius. Take care.